What's going on, tribe? Okay, so look, this is going to be my Big Brother Roundup. I have not done a Big Brother Roundup in about 2 weeks, so you know it's a lot of information. So I'm going to probably be all over the place, but let's go ahead and get this started. So where I last left off was when Rachel and I think Brett were on the block. Now, Rachel ended up getting voted off, which was like one of the biggest, probably best blindsides in Big Brother history. She went up as a pawn. We know that pawns can go home. That's not a big deal. It happens all the time. But Rachel did it to herself because she was up there as a pawn. All she had to do was play cool, keep it chill. Her alliance had to make a decision between her or Brett. Now, her alliance was going to probably choose Brett over her for the simple fact that Brett is a better competitor. And, of course, they want people that's going to help them get far in the game as far as what's on their side. Now, when the power veto came around, Tyler's been playing both sides for a minute. He finally is starting to get exposed, but we'll get to that in a minute. But Tyler was doing a really good job of playing chess for a long time. He won the power veto. Now, again, I said this when Fessy did it. If you don't want to be put in the middle, don't fucking win. You know what I mean? Like, you can play hard and still lose so that it doesn't look like you threw the damn competition. I don't understand why nobody, like, you know, I'm talking about the one that won the first All-Star Big Brother, who didn't win not one damn competition the whole season. I don't know why y'all haven't learned that lesson yet. But anyway, Tyler had to choose between using it to save Rachel or using it to save Brett. Now, this is when he should have been exposed. Because if that's supposed to be your alliance, pick one. But he didn't pick either one because he didn't want to piss Bailey off, whose HOH it was, and he was trying to keep Bailey on the good side. Because and then here's the thing. Here's where Bailey went wrong. Bailey told Rachel she had that power. She shouldn't have told Rachel, but I understand why she did it. She told Rachel because she was basically trying to get Rachel to trust her, to say, look, you're a pawn. I got you this week, and I got you next week, too. Like, you're good for the next 2 weeks. I just need you to chill out. But, of course, Rachel couldn't do that. She started doing that crying shit and whining and all that. I'm so sick of this crying. Rockstar, Rachel. I'm so sick of it. Now, Angela, I'm so sick of this shit. You know what the game is. I understand being upset and feeling some kind of way, but all of this crying for 3 and 4 days, I just can't do it. I will vote y'all asses out just because y'all getting on my damn nerves. And I think that's what happened with Rachel. So when it came down to the vote, I'm sorry, Rachel came back. I think I might have said this part. Maybe I did give y'all this piece. But neither here nor there. Rachel, they were starting not to believe Rachel. Rachel was putting the target on her back. And her and Angela had a private little side alliance that they were going to take each other to the final 2. So here's my piece with Angela. You were so quick to believe the worst in Rachel. You were so quick to believe that Rachel was lying. You were so quick to believe that Rachel was not telling the truth and didn't have your best interest at heart. I don't get that. If that's somebody that you were supposed to be having a final a final 2, 3, whatever with, I don't get that. But neither here nor there. Rachel got voted out, and she was totally blindsided, and she was so upset she couldn't even hardly talk to Julie. All right. We played, so Bailey, you know, we played the HOH, and Angela freaking wins. I was like, oh, here we go. Because Angela just knew she was right about Rachel, which, of course, when you get home and you see the tapes, you're going to see how stupid your ass look because you were wrong. And you were wrong about something else that's about to happen, too. So, she wins her HOH. But, in true Big Brother fashion, they've thrown a corkscrew in the game, right? There's this new power now where you can be the hacker. Everybody's playing in this one-on-one competition to be the hacker. Here's another private power. The hacker can do 3 things. 1, the hacker can change one of the HOH's nominations. 2, the hacker can choose somebody to play in the veto game. And 3, the hacker can choose someone to not vote on eviction night. It's a great power, depending on how you use it. Right? So, I'm sorry. So the hacker this week, well, that last week, because like I said, I'm a week behind. The hacker last week ended up being Haley. And Haley was like, okay, Rachel has the power, her side of the house has the power, but this is my opportunity to make a big move because she hasn't really won a lot of competitions and she hasn't really had an opportunity to play the game. And she did. She made a really good move, right? A really big move. And the move was she took, because it was Rockstar and Scotty on the block. That's who Angela nominated. She took Scotty off the block and put up Tyler. Now, here's the problem. The first problem was, not problem, but she didn't take Rockstar down because she knew that would look too obvious as to which side of the house had the power. That was a good move, Haley. Putting Tyler up, that was a good move as well, Haley. Here's where you made your mistake. And I understand why you didn't do it. You didn't confide in any of your alliance to say, look, I have the power and this is how we need to play it. Because by putting Tyler on the block, you couldn't backdoor him and you guys needed to have the monopoly on the veto competition to try to make sure that y'all had the best chance of winning the veto. Had you told Fessy, had you told Bailey, Bailey might have played herself a little differently this week because Bailey was cozying up to Angela thinking, you know, playing the game. She wasn't doing nothing wrong. She was playing the game. But the problem was Angela started thinking that Bailey was the hacker and thinking that Bailey was being fake and that everything Bailey told her, she was like, we're just going to do the opposite because what she's saying is some bullshit and we're not believing nothing that Haley is saying because Haley is the hacker. I mean, Bailey is the hacker. So when the when the veto competition came around, the only person that was playing for the other side of the house was Rockstar, who was trying to save herself. It was pretty much everybody else playing was pretty much going to either keep the noms the same. I mean, was going to take Tyler off and put somebody else up. And so I just thought that was the mistake I felt like Haley made. Then, so of course Rockstar didn't win. You know she didn't win. Angela had the HOH. Tyler, the way it was the game where you went around and you get to pick a gift. Like Bad Santa, you get to pick a gift. And then the person who wins the next round can either take the gift you had or pick the next gift. So, yeah, I know it's always good stuff and bad stuff. So, Angela ended up with the power veto because Tyler trusted Angela enough to take him off the block. And he took the trip to Hawaii from Casey. I was going to say Cece, but her name is Casey. And she did. Angela took Tyler off the block. And she did. And then Angela did some real unnecessary bullshit. She gave this big, long speech about how Haley was trying to trick her. And Haley thought she had the power. And she tried to hijack her HOH. And she had the power last week. And she should have just kept it at that. And she shouldn't have tried to take her HOH. And because she tried to take her HOH, she was putting Haley on the block. And Haley was like, what the fuck you talking about? Haley was like, I'm not the hacker. And of course, nobody believed her. So, damn it, I keep saying Haley. Bailey. Haley was the hacker. Bailey was not the hacker. But they thought Bailey was the hacker. So, Haley, feeling bad, she told the house. She called a house meeting and she said, look, y'all are blaming Bailey for something that she's not doing. And I don't think it's fair, you know. Because they're friends. You know what I mean? They're alliances and they're also friends. And I respected the fact that she did it, you know. But you know how people dig in and it doesn't matter what you say. So even once they found out, even once Haley made that speech, one, I think they halfway thought Haley was lying, just trying to save Bailey. And two, they were like, well, she still has that other power, so it doesn't matter. We still need to get her out the house. And now Tyler is getting real big and bold. For a while, you know, Tyler was playing that really nice guy both sides of the house. Then we saw a different side of Tyler. Tyler got real nasty and kind of came at Bailey real nasty like. Him and Bailey got into it, and Bailey, she lost her cool. But you know, at a certain point, it's only but so much you can take. You got the whole house coming at you, accusing you of doing something you didn't do. Angela made this long, nasty-ass speech about how you're deceitful, you're a liar, you're this and you're that. Just bullshit, right? Just total bullshit. But at the end of the day, it ended up being Bailey and Rockstar on the block, and they ended up voting Bailey out. which it bothered me because I liked Bailey, and at first I wasn't crazy about Bailey, but I started liking Bailey, and I actually kind of liked how she was playing the game. Now, put a pin in that. While Bailey was HOH, something really cute happened. You know how they go to everybody's house and stuff, so they went to Bailey's house. First of all, did y'all see that fucking house? Bailey's house is, well, her parents' house is bad. It had to be a gated community. Like, that house was beautiful. It was gorgeous. Clearly, her parents are very comfortable. I don't think they ever talked about what her parents did, and if they did, I don't remember. Did they say? I don't remember, but it is clear that Bailey comes from a very comfortable environment. Beautiful house. But Swaggy was going to go visit. Yeah, I'm going to call his ass Swaggy. Swaggy went to go visit, and, you know, they taped it for the show and everything, and it was so cute. You know, her sisters actually were watching, like, all the shows and, like, the Big Brother at night and all of that, and they actually liked him, and they thought, they know their sister, and they were like, she's genuine, like, this is real, like, they really love each other. The father, it was cute because they wouldn't allow the father to look at the live streams to see what was going on, like, at night, and, like, you know, other than the actual show that was edited. He was like, yeah, y'all won't let me look at the other ones. They were like, well, you can look now to say Swaggy's gone, you can look at it. And so it was really cute. But I thought Swaggy was cool. You know, he came in as Christopher, you know what I mean? And they watched the show together, and, you know, he was like, man, she can't trust Tyler. She's making a mistake by trusting Tyler. Tyler's a snake. And he is. And Tyler's playing a hell of a game. I told y'all, go back to my first video. I told y'all in the beginning, Tyler wasn't no dumb lifeguard that he was playing. He was playing that old dumb lifeguard bullshit, and he is not. But his starting to show. He's starting to show a little bit. All right. Now we almost caught up to date. So, after Bailey gets voted out, she's the first member of the jury. That's interesting, right? The next HOH ended up being Haley, which I was like, thank you. The other side of the house finally caught a break. Because I like them. Even though they keep getting screwed, I actually like that side of the house. Rockstar gets on my nerves, but other than that, I like that side of the house. So Tyler is trying to get them to put Sam up because he's starting to feel like Sam is a liability because Sam was the only one that voted for Bailey. And Sam's thing was, I voted for Bailey because I already knew she was going to get voted out, and I just didn't want her to feel like nobody cared about her. I could see that. I mean, if you already know what the outcome is going to be, and Sam was the only person that voted for Bailey. Like, even Thessie and them did not vote for Bailey because they were like, you know, why keep going against the house when we knew they had the numbers? I don't agree with that, but play your game. But here we go again with this hacker. Unfortunately, so Haley puts up Casey and Angela. And basically, she put them up because she felt like they had something to do. Well, she put Angela up straight up because of what she did to Bailey. And she felt like Casey had something to do with it too, which she did. But the problem is, Casey won the hacker power. So she took herself off the block and forced Haley to have to put somebody else on the block. Haley puts up Tyler? Shit, I forgot. Who did she, oh shoot. Who did she put up? She either put up Tyler or Brett. I have to go back and look. I forgot, y'all. I'm sorry. And it's funny. I remembered all that other stuff, and that's the one that just happened Sunday. But it was storming here, and it cut the episode off. So, did I even get that part? I might not have even got that part on my episode because it kept cutting it off. But neither here nor there. That's where we are. We are caught up to date. Tomorrow night is going to be the power of veto. And remember, the hacker gets to pick one person that can play in the POV competition. So we'll see if, and it's, again, Casey took herself off the block. So now she's going to try to they're going to try to get Angela off the block. But at the end of the day, you take Angela off the block or Brett off the block, there's still somebody else on the other side of the house, and they're keeping Sam safe. They're not going to put Sam up, or unless some shit done went down. I think somebody on that side of the table is that side of the house is going to go home this week, but we'll see how it goes. You know, you never know, big brother. You never know. So anyway, tomorrow night is the power veto competition, and we will see how that goes. We are all caught up, y'all. All caught up. Real quick, let me just go through real quick. Haley, I like how you playing your game. You don't want the whole world to know you and Thessie have the showmance going on because you know it puts a target on your back. That's a good play. Good look. Thessie, I don't know what's going on with you. You need to get your head back in the game. You tripping. You need to get your head back in the game. Casey, you finally starting to play. Like, you've been floating for a while. I'm starting to see you coming through. Okay, cool. JC, I don't like JC. I'm not crazy about JC. I think JC is arrogant. Has got a nasty little attitude. I'm not really feeling him. But he's floating. He's playing the middle, and he's floating. And he's going to probably make it for another... He probably won't become a target for another couple of weeks unless he does something really stupid. Because he's doing a really good job of just floating along. Scotty's playing an interesting game too. Again, he's not as dumb as people think he is. He's actually a super fan, and he's doing a pretty decent job of how he's playing. But he's got a couple of people that ain't crazy about him, so he could possibly have a target. Tyler's playing a hell of a game, even though, you know, I'm not really crazy about some of the moves he's making, but he's playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, he is playing the game, and I ain't mad at you. Angela don't like you, can't stand you. I can't wait for her to get voted out. She's nasty. She's very, very nasty. Who else is left? Sam. Sam goes hot to cold with me. I kind of like Sam, and then there are times when I'm like, Sam, I need you to go chill out. Like, when they first announced the hacker power, she gonna call a house meeting and tell everybody, throw the competition to her, and she promises not to use the power. Who's gonna do that? Like, first of all, there's too many people to even try to do that. If it were down to like 2 or 3 people and y'all are trying to get down to like the final 2 or whatever, but come on, Sam, like that was crazy. And she was so serious, and she didn't understand why they didn't want to go along with it, and really got an attitude. So Sam, I don't know, you Rockstar could go. She's bringing nothing. I'm sick of her crying. I'm sick of her whining. I'm sick of her complaining. She ain't winning no competitions. I don't know. Rockstar can go. I like her personally. I mean, she seems like a cool person, but she can go. I think that's everybody that's left in the house. If I forgot somebody, that means you're a floater. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. My big brother people. Drop it in the comments. Peace.